And we're live. Good evening and welcome to Freedom Homestead. I'm Tangi. And Jackie will be here in a moment. He had to run and get something. I don't know what it was. But anyway, hi. When you come in, say hello. And I'm getting an ad on our own live video. Okay, there we go. So hi Laura and hello Diana. Good to see you guys. It is a very cold day here in our part of the bluegrass. Hey Mandy, you didn't get an ad. That's funny. Well, I guess I got it for you. And I don't know why we are so bright. We're like, oh, that's what it is. Jack put new bulbs in our light fixture. And wow. Note to self, wear makeup, because that's better, but it's still very bright. Hi, George. Hey, Miss Carol. So how was y'all's Thanksgiving? Oh, that's way better. That's good. That's good right there. Hello, Daisha, and stepping back in time. How are y'all doing? Did you guys have a good Thanksgiving? We had a very good Thanksgiving. It was lots of food. Smooth.
I guess they all saw that.
Yeah, they did. Anyway, hello Tammy and Cecilia and Vicky and Deborah and Tammy Borden. Oh, from Louisville, hello. And the Max Happy Homestead. Oh, I'm sorry. The Max. That's going to take some getting used to. The Max are here, which is funny because I typically say the Max. I usually say the Max, but for some reason just now I said the Max Happy Homestead.
Sorry I'm late.
But y'all know who I was talking about.
Hello everyone.
George said they had a lot of fun during their Thanksgiving. Peace and Pantry, hello. Hey Amy. She said, oopsie Jackie.
Yeah.
Hello Diane, you're a beautiful light or no light. Oh, you're so sweet. Hello from Wisconsin. Hey, there's Miss Mary, my fellow Georgia Peach. Didn't have a Thanksgiving. My kids didn't get to be home. Aw, but I'm still thankful. Yes, still a lot to be thankful for. Hello, Roxanne. And there's my friend Carol from Kentucky Faith Haven Farm. And Rebecca.
Well, we did have a Thanksgiving, and we had a very good, blessed Thanksgiving.
Yes, we did.
I ate way too much.
As I did too. Yes.
I've really got to do something about that. I am really feeling it
Lisa.
too. Really feeling it. Gotta lose some weight. I gotta get in shape. I have been feeling it over the last couple of months. I've just been feeling that I have just, I don't know whether it's just gotten lazy or the shorter daylight and colder weather is just keeping me indoors more, and I'm just not out doing what I usually do. And I can really tell that it's kind of affecting me. So I've got to really get back into it.
Stepping back in time, I don't know if that's Lane that said that or if it was her hubby, but they said round is a shape.
Round is a shape.
Yes.
Well, I don't want to get into that shape.
Yeah.
What do you need?
Water.
Huh?
Water.
Here I go again. You didn't see what I just did.
No, he dropped his cup in front of everybody. It was great. Let's see. Oh, the hubby said he's getting round too. That's funny. What did we have to eat on Thanksgiving? Oh my goodness. There was turkey, dressing, broccoli salad, a big tossed salad. There was sweet potato casserole, ham, mashed potatoes, mac and cheese, green beans, deviled eggs, rolls, homemade rolls. I made the deviled eggs rolls and sweet potato casserole. Pumpkin pie, strawberry pretzel salad, apple cake.
No.
There was so much food.
No, I definitely do not want to do a live exercise, North Star, Kathy. No, we're not doing live exercising.
Now, when I do exercise, I like to be alone because it's ugly
Yeah.
and I don't want to have to worry about that.
I enjoy exercising. I don't like the beginning steps. When you've been out and not doing anything for a long time and then you have to get back into it, it's those initial first few days. That's what I hate.
Yeah.
That's what I hate.
Yeah. They said that Kathy said she's kidding.
Well, I figured she would be.
Yeah. So Parker had a
Yes.
good 14th birthday.
Yeah, let's tell him really quickly what he did. Or
Okay.
actually, so he wanted to camp out on his birthday. And so as his birthday got closer and closer, this started progressing into he wanted to camp out on his own by himself. I don't know if it was just a rite of passage or just I want to do something on my own. I'm getting older.
And he should be. I mean, he's
Yeah.
at that age where he should be doing that more and more.
And some of his friends that he wanted to camp out with, they're out of town and they just weren't in the area. So he just said, I'll just do it myself. And I was like, well, I'll camp out with you. And he's like, no, I got this. So he camped out by himself. And if we could have picked one night in the last month or two not to camp out, it would have been the
Yes.
night he camped out. It was the next morning was his birthday. He's like, I'm camping out that night.
No
I'm
matter
gonna wake
what.
up. It's going to be my birthday. It come.
We were
A
literally
downpour.
under a flash flood warning.
We were under a flash flood warning. It was crazy. I mean, our basement didn't flood, thank God, like it did last year, but we had a bunch of rain, In fact, we woke up a few times in the middle of the night, and I checked to just see if Parker had come in and went to his room. Nope, he stayed out there in it. He did get water in his tent, and he stayed.
He stayed.
He stayed.
Yep, he stayed mostly dry. Water, like he said, water did get in the tent, but Parker had raised his pallet up just enough that the majority of his sleeping stuff didn't get wet. But he did say that the foot part
Basically, his
got wet,
his
and
feet got wet and
kind
his
of
bottom
wicked up
got
a little
wet.
bit. Yeah.
He had blankets in there and a sleeping bag. The blankets got soaked through. The sleeping bag was beginning to get soaked through by the time he was ready to come back inside the next morning.
Yeah. Hey, Stivers Homestead. Zach, we caught some of your live. So, yeah, we definitely missed Jen, but totally understand. Totally understand.
Yes, we love watching the Stivers.
Yeah.
And
if y'all aren't subscribed to the Stivers, why aren't you?
and we also, and I'll just let them know that usually 5 or 10 minutes at the end of their hour, I know he might cut it short a little bit this time, but we usually have to cut off. We usually have to cut out a few
she
minutes
did.
early
Okay.
to get things ready for our show.
Okay, well,
So,
see, that proves it. It says Jen came on the last 15 to 20 minutes. So, yeah, we had to get
Yeah.
off so we could get everything ready.
Yeah.
Hey, Jennifer. You guys, we have the best mods. Every single one of them
We
have
do.
channels except for Jump Off A.
Uh-huh.
But, yeah, so be sure to go
Yeah.
over, check out their
Chaos and
channels.
Grace, North Star Prepstetter, The Max.
There's more.
Oh,
There's
man.
Mimsy's Garden.
Amanda, Fundamental Home.
Oh, yeah. the
1870s Homestead.
We should probably have a list so we don't forget
Yeah,
anybody.
we need to start putting that in our. We need to update our description. I'll put it that way. We need to update our description.
Yeah.
And also,
Oh, and I will mention this too,
Okay.
which is probably a bad idea, but I'm going to do it anyway. But one of the things that Stivers mentioned was that Chris from Single Dad Homestead is over on Two Family Homestead on their interview.
Yeah.
Which I plan on going and watching that later. We really, really like Chris from Single Dad Homestead. He is a super awesome guy. So if you are not subscribed to Single Dad Homestead, you should definitely check him out.
So if you're watching us right now after our show, go back and watch the Two Family Homestead with Single Dad.
Yes, and then go to Single Dad's channel and subscribe.
Yes.
Yeah.
Go do all that after you watch us.
Farmstead Talk said they're
appreciate it.
flipping between channels. Thank
flipping
you.
back and
Thank
forth.
you. That's great. Let's see. We
Yeah, we do need to list our mods, and
Yeah.
we also have our PO box listed in the description. I was contacted today, someone asking what our PO box was, and it is in our descriptions of our videos, but sometimes we do get letters, and we like to correspond with some of our
Yes.
friends, and so that is there, and if anybody's looking.
Yep. Okay, so
So,
everybody had a good Thanksgiving. Today we put up our
thank you, Kathy.
We put up our Christmas tree today. So that was fun. I'm kind of bossy when it comes to the tree though.
But it looks pretty.
It looks good.
Looking at it right now.
Yeah. But Jack got the tree up and then he got the lights on it.
I got the tree up and got the lights on, and then you did everything
And then I said,
else.
get back.
You did everything else.
I said, you back up. This is my job. No, I'm not that bad.
we kind of don't like going all out for Christmas.
No,
But then
we keep it
it
simple.
always seems like when we start decorating though, we want it to look really nice.
Hey, Food Forest.
So
Well, that's because the tree is the biggest decoration. So me being the woman of the house, it's got to look nice. Although I did kind of have, I wouldn't say a fit, but Jack was like,
with what?
are you going to put all that burlap on the tree again? I said, yes. And he's like, and he just kind of, and I went, you know what? I don't care. Just do it however you want to do it. Like, I don't even want to mess with it. And he's like, no, just go ahead and do it. And I'm like, I don't even care. But the truth is, yes, I do.
Yeah.
I probably, I mean, I wouldn't have taken all the decorations off and then redid it,
But it
but
looks
I
awesome.
would have thought of it.
And it looks awesome. It looks great. And it doesn't look like what I had pictured. Must have been several years back.
Yes.
1 year.
Yeah. Anyway.
I like lights.
He
I
likes,
love
all right,
lights.
tell us in the comments, do you like colored lights or white lights? Do you like them flashing or do you like them still? I like still white lights.
I think I've grown to like that too.
Really?
I used to love colored lights. I used to love
Flashing
the
colored
the
lights.
more colors the better. I think I've gotten away from the flashing lights just because sometimes flashing bright lights kind of trigger some headaches and stuff. So, but I love colors. But we don't have that. We just have just regular white lights that don't blink, and it looks very pretty, very classy.
I agree.
Was it save the colors
Yeah,
for
I
ornaments?
like the.
Yeah, we have a lot of different colors of ornaments and things like that.
If I could figure out a way, because I am not good at decorating, but if I could figure out a way to perfectly combine farmhouse and rustic mountain cabin, that's what I would love. And that's kind of how we've done our tree.
Oh, we got a mix. A lot of people are saying white lights. A lot of people are saying colored flashing lights.
I see mostly white and steel.
I see a bunch of there's about half and half, looks
Yeah.
like.
But yeah, so I think our tree is a good mix of farmhouse and cabin, rustic mountain cabin, because we have the burlap, but the colors are like burgundy and black, and then there's also some green, and so we've got lanterns and like wood
Yeah.
ornaments and deer antlers. I have gold sparkly deer antlers in my tree.
I used to love going outside and decorating outside. Just lights all around the house.
Oh,
But
cool. Hey,
I haven't-
Jennifer's husband.
I haven't done that in several years. I haven't done it at all since we moved. So I don't know.
Yeah. Jennifer from Chaos and Grace said her husband says that we're all wrong. Blue lights are the best.
Blue. I like blue lights. Blue and white. Those are good Kentucky colors.
He has a little Kentucky
I
tree
have a
downstairs.
Kentucky tree downstairs.
Emily got it for him last year.
Yes, I have a little tree about that tall. It's white. I have blue lights on it, and I have blue ornaments on it. So I have my little, University of Kentucky tree. Sorry, Zach. But I know he wouldn't even talk about that on his show. He mentioned it and then moved right on. So.
Ooh, yes, pine. Oh, speaking of pine cones, how many of y'all out there harvest your own pine nuts? That is something I have never done.
Pine nuts?
It has never occurred to me. It has. This just sounds. So, I know this is going to make me look dumb, but I don't care. It never ever occurred to me that pine nuts actually come from pine trees and are harvested out of pine cones. I guess I thought they were from some
What are the odds?
some like exotic. Wow. Well, because they're expensive. It's in pesto. It's one of the main ingredients in pesto.
Okay.
And
That stuff's good.
I just thought it was like from some exotic something or other. It never occurred to me that it was actually from pine trees. So how many of you guys harvest your own
Diane
pine
says
nuts?
a patriotic tree.
We might do that one of these days.
That would be cool.
Yeah. Oh, and that reminds me. Okay, I gotta tell y'all something else in a little while too. I don't know where you find them in the cone. I don't know either. I think they're well, actually, yes, I do. When I found out that that's where they came from, me going, duh, I actually got on YouTube to figure out how do you harvest pine cones.
You got to get them.
Or pine nuts. And, but yeah, you get them from the pine cone. The problem is a lot of times, by the time that you get them,
Yeah, the squirrels
have already haven't gotten to them.
Yeah, that's what people are saying too.
Yeah, squirrels get them. So definitely check out YouTube, how to harvest pine nuts. They do come with a husk on them, kind of like a sunflower seed, so you have to take them out of that too. But yeah, I was like, wow, that's just awesome. Let's see.
Yeah, the pine cone is only the first shell. The pine nuts have a second shell,
Yes, it's like a
which
little
also
husk.
has to be removed before eating. Only about 18 species that produce nuts large enough. So that's good to know.
Yep.
Thank you, Kathy.
Yeah, that's great information. Very, very cool. Well, hey, Tim Beverly. How are you, sir? Long time no see.
I'm just now getting the blue lights comment now. See, it never occurred to me, blue lights with police.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
last time I saw blue lights, I was going, well, see, I never even thought
Hey,
about
little
that.
feet. I do not think that it's snowing here. We actually got a little bit of sleet this morning, and but I don't think we have any. We don't have any snow.
Good day from Australia.
Well, hey, Josh.
Awesome.
How are you?
Glad to have you with us.
Okay.
Yeah, it was spitting snow, little flurries this morning. I think up where the Stivers live, just an hour or two north of us, they probably got a little bit more. It probably was going pretty good up there for a little while, but it got right at 30 degrees, 32 degrees, so it just flew around in the air. Once it hit the ground, it melted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was really
it's cold.
Cold, yeah.
It really didn't get any warmer than that today, so it's really gotten cold the last couple of days, and windy.
And windy.
Yeah, I can handle it being 30 degrees, but when the wind's blowing 15, 20 miles an
And
hour
it's cutting
or
right
more,
through you. Yeah.
I will tell you a funny story. If you're just now jumping on and joining us, I talked about our son camping out a couple nights ago when it stormed. I mean, it stormed. It was wet. There was water ponding everywhere around the house. It was insane. But since the tent was so wet, I left it up.
Oh, yeah.
And I was just going to let it air dry. And so Sunday morning, I wake up and I look out the window. I was like, where's the tent? It's gone.
The tent was
Tent's
gone.
And let's just say it's one of those pop-up dome tents. It's an awesome tent. It's my firefighting tent. It's the tent. I do wildland firefighting, and it's the tent that I took to Oregon with me and did a bunch of wildland firefighting, so it's a very good tent. And I was like, man, I hope it didn't destroy it. So I found it
It was an awesome day.
about a half-mile down the road in a ditch against a fence. Didn't have a hole in it. Again, we were blessed. It was not tore up. None of the poles were bent. It didn't have any rips in it. I took it down, put it in the truck, brought it back home. It's good to go.
Yep.
So, good tent.
Yep. Crazy stuff. Okay, so
Just have to stake it down harder next time.
you guys know that I have been reading a ton of books lately. So, and I actually have the book that I'm reading right now. Two Wild Onions sent me a box of books. And I have been reading, I'm going to call them prepper fictions because, I mean, that's not really what they are, but it's what a lot of it entails. So it all started with 1 Second After. We read the trilogy. Then I read another book. What was it called? Life Like We Once Knew It or something like that.
Can't remember.
Then I listened to on a book on tape or whatever you call it, audiobook. I listened to 48 Hours, which was written by the same guy that wrote 1 Second After, which was good. It's not as good as 1 Second After. Anyway, so Lisa and her husband sent me a box of books, and she said, since I know you like these kind of books, I'm going to send you these books because they really, really helped us. So it is the A Powerless World series.
Hey, Mac.
So I've already read the prequel. This is book 1 called When the Power Is Gone, and I am in chapter 5. Yes, I'm in chapter 5 right now. But so far, this book is awesome. Easy read. It is written by P.A. Glaspy, Glaspy, and the synopsis is family in Tennessee. They are preppers. First, it was the husband's idea. The wife was like, "You're crazy." Then he shows her, think about like Katrina. Think about when the tornadoes came through. Like everybody should prep. So she's finally on board. They prep. They get some friends to start prepping with them, and then an EMP goes off.
Does it say where they're at in Tennessee?
It's in Middle Tennessee, which is crazy because that's not far from where we live. So that's where I'm at. Where I'm at in the book, the EMP has already gone off. So anyway, really great book, but this one feels like, because it's from a different standpoint than 1 Second After was written, this one is more focused on prepping so far.
Just being prepared for something.
Yes, and so it's really, really...
Being prepared to live without power and electricity.
Yes.
And modern conveniences.
Yes.
I hope I have time to read these books. I'm more of an audiobook person because I'm always on the go.
Mm-hmm.
But I hope I can sit down and take time to read some
Bye,
of these.
Josh. Thanks for hanging out.
But
yeah, I really like... It's called... A Powerless...
Just hold it up.
Okay, well, this one is called When the Power Is Gone, but it's a series, and it's called A Powerless World series. And it's by P.A., I think you pronounce that Glaspy. There is a prequel, and then there's 2 more books after this one. But yeah,
You know what else?
it's good so far.
You know what else is... this is a big month. Not only is it Christmas... It's our anniversary month.
It is fiction. Sorry, I'm answering questions about the book.
Yeah. Well, I wanted to. I thought I would mention that our anniversary is the week before Christmas, which I know makes it really hard for us to do stuff. But
Thank you.
that's just the way things worked out. We ended up getting married.
Do you want to tell that story?
Well, I mean,
it's a quick one. I'll tell it.
No, you were in Georgia, and I was up here. And so we were dating. We were already engaged, but I'm up here and she's in Georgia, and I kind of wanted to wait till springtime.
We had originally picked a March
And
date.
you finally is just like, I don't want to wait. Let's just
Why
get this.
wait?
Let's just get this. Let's get married. And so we did.
So we did.
So we did. You won that argument really quick.
Yes, I did.
Let's get married. Okay. But yeah. Plus, it's kind of hard, long distance, traveling back and forth and getting everything situated, getting you moved up here, getting, all your stuff up here and stuff.
I didn't have a lot of stuff though. I mean, I lived at home with my parents.
You didn't have a lot,
Didn't
but
have
what
very
you
much.
had, it's 6 hours driving back and forth.
Yeah. Yep. So that's
So,
pretty much
yeah.
how it went down. Let's get married in March.
Yeah.
If you really love
But
me,
it was
you'll
one of
marry
those-
me in December.
But as many people in this area do, we honeymooned in the Gatlinburg Pigeon Forge area.
Uh-huh.
And when we got up there, it snowed and it was beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a very magical scene. So it worked out awesome.
It was, because it was raining when we got married in my little town in Georgia, and as we were going up the mountains, it switched over to
It
snow.
switched over to snow.
So that
and
was
it
really cool.
Just a winter wonderland up in the mountains.
Yeah. So again, this book is written by P.A. Glaspie. It's a Powerless World
You've already said
series. I know, but people are still asking. So
that. I need to go back and watch.
no, I don't mind answering. I'm really excited about this book. I mean, it's really good, and I can't wait to get through the series. So thank y'all, Lisa and her lumberjack, for sending that. I'm so excited.
So what else we got going on? We just had Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
We're kind of getting ready for Christmas. We've got an anniversary
I know.
coming up, and
Yep.
you got your books that you're excited to read.
Yes, and
what
I
else?
am making plans for 2020. What about you?
Well, I don't know what you mean by that.
I mean, like, do you have any goals for 2020? I have goals that I'm already setting.
I have things I need to do next year.
Well,
I don't know if they're goals, but I know what I need to be doing next year. There's things that I have to do to the house.
Mm-hmm.
There's things that need to be done. If that's what you're talking about. And then there's a couple of trips we want to take.
Mm-hmm.
Is that it? I mean,
Yes, chickens, that is an absolute, is going to happen in
Yeah.
2020.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I have a goal that by this time next year, we will have 6 months of food storage. That is
That's a good goal.
that's what I'm going to be, well, and not just food storage, 6 months of preps. That is my goal for this time next year.
Tangi, what's your holiday homeschool schedule like? I think they're already on Christmas break.
No, we're not on. We're a very relaxed homeschool. I don't know. We'll probably just do a couple of weeks. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, Emily. This is her senior year.
She's very diligent about getting her work done on her own time. She watches a lot of online classes now. And then our son, we have to stay on him more and get him focused. If we don't, then he won't do any school that day. So we have to make him do school. But when he sits down and does it, he can have everything done in just a couple of hours.
Yep.
So he can catch up real quick.
So-
we just got to get him focused.
Betsy, do you mean like soup canning videos, or do you just mean like soup recipes? Because I do plan on doing soup canning recipes. And I do have recipes. Yeah, I can do some more, sure. Let's see, I'm trying to think. I have 2 videos that I need to edit and upload. One is my canning salsa video, which I feel so silly because I thought for sure I had the canning salsa, how I do that already online, but apparently I don't. I have a lot of canning where I'm just canning tomatoes and tomato sauce, but I don't show you guys how I actually make salsa, which is so easy. I just use Mrs. Wage's seasoning thing and that's it. And let's see, I'm trying to think what the other one was. I made what did I make? I made a chicken pot pie using my canned chicken, and I filmed that recipe. So I will be sharing that with y'all in the next couple of days. Oh, that's awesome. Mary said it snowed in the Blue Ridge today.
Cool.
Very cool.
Very cool.
Let's
Yeah,
see.
that front that came through here a day or two ago, I guess has come through that way now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, as far as off homestead goals, we definitely want to try to travel to a couple of more gatherings this year.
Mm-hmm.
And we want to try to make it back to HOA this year.
Yes.
So we do have a few goals. We really want to go back to the Hootenanny.
Mm-hmm.
We would love
That's
to go
a
back
good
to the
time.
Hootenanny, but we also we want to try to hit a gathering that we haven't been to yet.
Mm-hmm.
So we're thinking about maybe one down south.
Yeah.
There's several.
Mm-hmm.
There's 2 or 3. There's the Shindig and Deep
Shindig.
South.
Mm-hmm.
So we want to try to hit one of them.
Yeah.
We just have to try to figure out how do we make this work in our whole summer schedule.
Mm-hmm. Aww.
But we love the gatherings. We love hanging out with you guys.
Yep. Yeah, that's one of the funnest things ever. I love to make it to a gathering this year, like-minded people all in one place. That's a good thing. Yes, it is.
We had my parents were over here during Thanksgiving.
Oh, yeah.
And we had an amazing dinner with them because, I don't know, Dad just started reminiscing about when he was a kid growing up and killing the hogs and cutting tobacco and plowing with mules and hauling hay. And he just started telling all these awesome stories. And I was able to kind of slip my phone down and prop it up and hit record. And I did get some of it on video.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to get what I could videotape just for family.
His dad will be 80 this coming month.
Yeah, he'll be
in
80.
January.
And so, I want this stuff for memories, but if I can, I might try to share a little bit of that in a video or two, just some of his stories. But yeah, and a couple of the stories I had never heard.
Yeah.
Or maybe I just never listened when I was a kid. But
Could be it too.
but yeah, he was telling some neat stories. And
Yeah.
then you said something to Mom about doing what you do as far as canning and trying to grow your own food and just our whole homestead thing, being more sustainable.
I asked her, I said, what do you think about all these young people trying
trying to do this stuff
to get
now.
back to doing what y'all did growing up?
And she said, you're the only one I know that's doing that right now.
And we were like, there's a lot of us.
Yeah, no, there is a lot, and you guys are proof of that. But yeah, there's if you're not in the circle, it's hard to find people like-minded like you are. And so we love these gatherings because every time we get to hang out and go to a gathering, it is really refreshing to know that we're not just a couple of weirdos wanting to kind of go back in time and kind of do things more on our own. That there's a bunch of you out there that encourage us, and hopefully we encourage you, and we just help each other out. So, but yeah, it was a neat dinner, neat conversation.
Yeah, I would definitely encourage, I mean, any of y'all that have, elderly parents, grandparents, neighbors, just ask them pick their brain, ask them how they did things when they were growing up. Jack's dad was talking about, you know, they had a smokehouse, how they preserved meat in salt.
It really made me want to build a smokehouse.
Yeah.
Just like, how cool would that be to build a smokehouse and hang up hog hams and build a fire and smoke them?
Well, I didn't realize his dad and his dad's dad, they were dairy farmers, but they had 18 cows that they hand milked.
Stuff that Dad never told me about.
Every morning, and then they said that the milk truck would come by and pick up the milk, and
they had about 20 cows they would milk and sell the milk, and that's how they would that's the money that they would make year round. And then on top of that, when
they were also tobacco farmers,
when the harvest would come in with tobacco and hay and corn, tobacco, corn, of course they had to cut hay for the cows, and he said sheep too, and I was like, you had sheep? But and then he mentioned ducks, but anyway, it was fun.
Yeah. Oh, thank you, Hawkins Hill.
Hawkins Hills, appreciate that.
See, they said put it toward our anniversary dinner.
Put it toward our anniversary dinner. That is awesome.
Thank you so much.
Tell them about the best anniversary dinner we ever had.
The best anniversary dinner we ever had was a couple of years ago. We decided we wanted to have our date night in, so we took the kids to his mom and dad's house. And this is before we moved here. This was at our other house. And I cooked a steak. We had steak, baked potato, salad, rolls, and then I got some like Italian gelato for dessert. And we put on our pajamas and we ate a steak dinner at the coffee table and watched Longmire.
Yes.
Next to our fireplace.
But I know we went to the store and just bought steaks, but you cooked them. You could not have gone to a restaurant and paid an outrageous amount of money for a big steak, and it would have tasted any better. I mean, it was by far probably the best steak I've ever had. It was awesome.
Same, and I've tried to cook it again, but I haven't been able to match.
It was.
All I did was I cooked it in butter, on a cast iron, hot cast iron skillet. Salt and pepper was the only thing I used to season it with, and then finished it with butter. Took it off the heat, and then just seared it hot and fast on both sides, and then put a big old pat of butter on both steaks.
Kathy, back to my parents' stories, they did talk about making butter.
Yeah.
They did talk about making butter.
His dad said at their house they put it in a big jar and shook it, and then his mom said they had a butter churn.
They said they had a separator. Is that what she said? They had a separator.
They separated the cream from the buttermilk.
Yeah.
And then they
Dad said they shook it. Yeah.
And they had your dad said they had a big jar that they shook it in. And then I asked his mom. I said, did your mom make you and your sisters? Because Carol has how many sisters? Four sisters and one brother.
4 or 5.
Does that sound right? There maybe. Yeah, I think that's right. Anyway, and I said, did your mom make you flour sack dresses? And she said, oh yeah. And she said, well, not dresses. She made us skirts, flour sack skirts. And then I told her, I said, well, I had read an article where when the companies learned that women were making skirts and dresses out of the flour sacks, they started putting pretty prints on them. And she goes, oh yeah, we had some real pretty skirts made out of flour sacks. So I thought that was really neat. But
I guess, and George says get a bunch more pallets and have your dad come over and y'all build a smokehouse.
Yeah, that'd be awesome, wouldn't it? But yeah, so it was really neat just to sit there. I think we probably talked for about an hour and a half, just them talking about how they did things growing up.
What's cool is my cousin, I have a cousin that still lives in the house my dad grew up in. So technically it's still in the family. But yeah, you can still go over there. The smokehouse is gone. The building out back is not there anymore. But some of the things that he talks about, you can still go over there and kind of see how they had everything set up.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
Hi, Susan.
Hey. So yeah, so we got to.
He talked about the big wood box in the smokehouse. Well, he said they also called it the wood shed. They would use it to store their wood. They would have the salt, a big chest or a big box full of salt, and they would put the bacon and the meat in the salt. And I was asking him, I was just like, well, how did you afford the salt? And he was like, for $1.50, you could buy like 50 pounds of salt. He said salt was cheap. And so salt wasn't a big deal back then.
Yeah.
You could just buy tons and tons of salt for just a couple bucks. But yeah, he told about smoking the meat, the salt box, the wood shed.
Yeah, he also told me that whenever he was 18, of course he and Jackie's mom were already married.
Yeah.
And so he went to enlist, like you're supposed to do when you turn 18. And I think at some point his mom was pregnant not long after they got married. And whenever they called him or whatever, he said that.
You're talking about the draft.
Oh, yeah, I guess it was the draft. And they said that he couldn't. They didn't want fathers or expectant fathers.
At the time, they wouldn't take him.
Yeah.
Yeah, because my sister was going to be born.
Yeah.
He also told that they got electricity in 1948. He would have been
8 years
he
old.
was 8 years old. They got electricity, and his dad bought a chester, a freezer, a freezer chest, and it was the first time they actually killed a cow.
Yeah.
Before that, they just killed hogs because you could hang those up and smoke them and everything. But they finally had a cow butchered and put that in the freezer chest and stuff. So just stories like that. It was really cool to know that it was 8 years old. They get electricity.
Hey, Linda. Yeah, I thought that was really neat. Carol said was talking about she remembered when her dad came home with an old black and white TV, and seeing that and everything. So that was pretty neat.
Yeah, and I wish I would have got all of it on video. I only got probably the last half hour of us talking.
Yeah. We asked Carol, or we were asking them how did they keep things cold? Did they have an ice box, or what did they use? And they said
I didn't get that on video.
Both of them said that they had a spring house, that they would take the cans of milk down and put it down in the water to keep it cold.
Yeah, the way Dad talked, probably about 100 yards away from the house was a spring, maybe 200 yards, and he would go down to the spring, and they would have their jars of milk and stuff sitting in the spring water to keep it cold.
Yeah, and he said when he would come home after...
And that's where they'd have to go get water, too.
Yeah. He said when he'd come home after school, the first place he would go would be to the big salt box, and he would pull up a piece of ham or something and cut a big old hunk of meat off, and he said I'd wipe the salt off and put it in a biscuit, and that's what I would have for my after-school snack. Yeah. And of course,
or he'd get the ham hanging up, and he said, I just cut off a chunk, put it between two pieces of bread, and take off in the woods.
Yeah.
And my mom was like, man, if we found a chunk cut off in ours hanging up, Dad would get the switch out. So I don't know. We're just reminiscing, but it is neat to hear those stories, and it was. I think they really enjoyed telling us those stories too. I think it took them back and helped them think of some memories that they wanted to share with us.
Yeah, and it's just amazing too how much, in 80 years, how much things have changed. Not necessarily for the better, but definitely a lot of change.
Well, progress and, things keep progressing, but I think there's something to be said for all of us that still want to be among this homestead movement and still kind of know how to do things on our own, how to take care of ourselves, how to be prepared if something does go wrong, and just be more sustainable and more self-sufficient. So
Right. Right, because you never know, you may find yourself in a position where you have to go back to those things.
yeah.
But yeah, so that's that was the other thing I wanted to tell y'all. That I've been working with a mastermind group. You know, just kind of helping us fine tune our YouTube endeavors. And one of the things that we were talking about was like narrowing down what your channel is about, which helps you to plan videos and content, you know, that kind of stuff. And I said, well, you know, I kind of feel like I'm all over the place because, you know, we do cooking, we do canning, we do gardening. I'll throw in a grocery haul and a clean with me video or whatever. And so we were just kind of talking back and forth. And then by the end of the conversation, I narrowed down exactly what our channel is about.
Oh, are you going to talk about this now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Y'all ready for this? We are about life, liberty, and the pursuit of preparedness.
You like that?
I mean, that's us in a nutshell.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
It's our life.
It's our life. We kind of do videos about our life.
Our love of liberty.
Yes. We love our freedoms we have
And
here.
how do
and the
we feel
ability
like
to,
how do we feel like we can preserve our liberty? By pursuing preparedness.
we love the fact that we have the freedom to teach and school our family and just do the things that we do. And I like the way you said that. Yeah, preparedness.
Protect the Second Amendment. And so we do have a new shirt idea. Should we tell them that?
No.
Okay.
No.
We will leave it as a surprise.
Because
But we gotta
it's an idea, and that's all it is. And before we get any shirts made, that's going to be way down the road. Because we've got a box of shirts here in the house right now.
We
that's
gotta
just
get it
sitting there.
online. Yeah, we gotta get it online and get those where you guys can have them available. But yeah, so maybe for 2020 that will be our shirt design.
Yeah.
What we have in our brain.
If anybody wants a shirt, you can probably just email us, reach
Email
out
us.
to us.
Yeah. That'd probably be the best thing to do
And we'll
right
let
now.
you know what we've got, and we'll ship you one if you want
Yeah.
to go ahead and get one.
The box that we have is the one with the mason jars on it, and then it has Freedom Homestead written across it, and then it says,
Yeah, it's a red shirt.
I eat local because I can.
It's a red shirt. I think we were wearing it a couple of weeks ago on our live videos.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Yep.
we've got
Great Christmas gift, you know.
Yeah, little shameless plug.
Yeah.
But we'll, we thought if we don't sell them, we'll just take them with us to some of the gatherings.
Yeah.
And we'll have them with us there.
Yeah, but if y'all want one, just let us know. I think we said we're selling them for $15 plus shipping, right?
Yeah. I think that's $15 plus shipping, and I think to ship one shirt's only going to be a couple dollars.
We think.
It's only going to
Don't
be.
hold us to that because we don't know.
We
for sure
should
yet.
be able to send a shirt between $2 and $3.
We hope.
Unless it's out of the country, and then
But we'll let you
know
know
what that
for
would be.
sure. I don't want to tell them that it's only going to be $2. Then it'd be like $5.
But it's definitely it's going to be less than $20.
We decided to take over inventory instead of letting that company do it because we feel like we can save y'all more money by doing it ourselves.
I don't want to charge $20. I want to charge 15. I don't want to. People that want to wear our shirts should wear them.
Yeah, we still have not set up an online thing to get those up yet.
Where are we selling them? Out of our living room.
Yeah, well, she's asking like, do we have a
No, we have
website
nothing
or
set
anything?
up.
And we don't yet.
Just email us. I mean, we could email you, and I mean, if you got PayPal, we could take that.
Yeah.
And then we could just.
So our email address is freedomhomestead@yahoo.com. So if you're interested in a shirt, let us know.
Yeah.
And then like he said, we have 2 different colors. We've got the red and we've got the...
We got red right now.
Red and gray.
That's all we got's red right now.
No.
Yep.
We got 2 colors, red and gray. The dark gray, yes.
I don't think so.
I believe we do.
Oh.
We have red and gray. And we have a few different sizes, so anyway.
Okay. I thought we got rid of all the gray ones. All we got's red. I'm pretty sure.
I don't recall us getting rid of the gray ones.
Well, okay. I thought the last order we only put in one color, but I don't know what we got.
Heaven's Essential says, let's see.
I've slept
who
since
wins
then.
this.
I've slept since then.
Well, you probably know
Anyway, we
better
might
than
have a
me.
shirt. I don't know.
Just email us and let us know if you're interested, and we'll tell you what we have left. Oh my goodness.
I vote Tandy. All right.
Her
yeah.
money's on me. I'm the scrappy one.
I'm sure she's right as usual.
No, yeah, right. Well, y'all heard it here first. Right as usual. Okay.
Who's getting chickens?
Cecilia, I have not sent out the sunflower seeds. I am the worst. I have got to do that.
Yes, you do.
Hello, Kelly. Thank you. You're so sweet. Yes, I am pro not coloring your hair. I colored my hair for 10 years, and I'm an advocate for not doing that.
Hawkins Hills, would you consider doing prepaid sweatshirts? Well, I think the problem would be our printers would have to have an order of at least a dozen to do those. So if we did prepaid sweatshirts, we would have to have at least orders for 12 or more. So that's, and I don't know if we could get that many people wanting sweatshirts, but why the got bat shirt?
Because it's warm and comfy.
Yeah, well.
What does it say?
Because I'm a caver. It says got bats, and then it talks about...
yeah, it says Mammoth Cave National Park is home to over 25,000 bats of 13 different
it's
species.
It's a Mammoth Cave sweatshirt because that's what we love to do is
That's
go
what
caving.
you love to do. I don't love doing it.
But anyway.
But I like the sweatshirt. Oh, thanks, Diane, for hanging out with us.
Plus, I like bats.
Bats are good.
I like bats. Bats are awesome mosquito eaters and pollinators, and they're great for farmers.
Yep. And they're great for people who... Oh, sky puppies, I love that. That is awesome.
What?
They said bats are sky puppies.
Sky puppies.
That's so cute. Hey, Grammy Karen.
Hi, Grammy.
We do, yeah. Everybody needs more bats. Bats are good. They're definitely good with the bug control. What's really fun is watching them in the summer, and you can kind of see them, you know, in the lights, and they're just kind of like flittering, and then they'll dip down real fast.
I've never heard anybody refer to them as sky puppies. I like that.
Yeah, that's
I usually refer to them as hairy chicken nuggets. If I go into the cave, if I go into the cave and I see a bat hanging on the ceiling, I always say if you find something that looks like a hairy chicken nugget stuck to the wall, it's a bat.
Good night, Edwards Homestead. George said, "Is the bat population coming back?"
Not right now. It's not. It's going to take a couple of years.
Yeah.
I would say it's probably going to take. I'd say the population of bats will not start coming back in this area for probably another 4 or 5 years at minimum. I'd say another 4 or 5 years minimum.
That's sad.
Yeah.
Hey, Jerome B. Farm and Homestead. Mary, let me know. Let me know.
Yep, send us an email
Just
if you
send me
want a
an
shirt.
email.
What reduced the bat population?
Good question.
There is a fungus sweeping across North America now called white nose syndrome. Geomyces destructan is the fungus name. But anyway, It's basically a skin rash that gets on bats when they hibernate. When they hibernate, their immune system drops to the point where they can't fend off this fungus and it grows on them. And it causes them to itch really bad. Imagine a skin rash all over you. So they wake up and they try to get their immune system going, but they do this 12 times during the winter, waking up, getting their immune system going. Every time they wake up, they're burning all the food that was going to last them till spring. So if the fungus doesn't kill them, what does is they use all their food halfway through the winter, and then they have no food, so they end up starving. And there are several species of bats in this area where they've lost over 90% of that species. So it has devastated. Now up north, it's even worse, especially the New England area. If you get up towards Pennsylvania, even up in Ohio, Pennsylvania, especially up around New York, they've lost millions and millions of bats. All up into Canada, but it's actually swept. It's been discovered in Texas, New Mexico, Oregon, so it's coast to coast now. All right, we'll change the subject. You get me talking about bats, I can just go. But
When Jackie and I were dating, his apartment, his bathroom was a bat room. It had bats in it. Not real bats, but like bat posters and.
no, it was a bat room.
It was a bat room.
Got to go to the bat room.
Caves we go to only have bats in one cave system now. They used to be everywhere. Yeah. North Star said no way to combat the fungus.
I'm sorry. I was reading another thing.
Is there any way to combat, no pun intended, the fungus?
In my opinion, no. Everything they're trying to do doesn't work because bats migrate hundreds of miles. And so bats are going to spread this fungus state to state to state. We can't stop it. You cannot treat bats because you don't know where bats are hiding. Bats can live in, I mean, yeah, you might know where a bunch of bats live in one cave, but you treat them, they're gonna fly to another cave and just get it again. So yeah, think of athlete's foot. You get athlete's foot, you can put some medicine on that. A week later, it's all cleared up. Guess what? 6 months later, you can get it again. So it's not something that you can treat something and then they're over it and won't get it no more. It's not like once you get chicken pox, hopefully you won't get it again. Even though I had it twice. But that's another story.
So Jennifer said they just tell us to wipe our feet before going into the caves. They closed off some sections. Does that doesn't help?
Well, many caves are closed to the public now just because they don't want people contributing to spreading the fungus. You know, people go into a cave, that fungus might be all in the dirt now because the bats are scratching, it's all in the soil. You walk in that cave, you get on the mud on your boots and clothes, and then you take it out with you, and then you spread it. So what they're doing at a lot of caves that are still open to the public is when you come out of the cave, they have you walk across a solution that rinses your shoes. The good news is this fungus is super weak. Woolite will kill it. Lysol will kill it. If it's on your clothes and you put your clothes in the dryer and put it on high heat, it kills it. If it's summertime and you leave your boots in your car and it gets hot inside your car, it kills it. It's a very weak fungus, but it does great on a bat in a cold cave sleeping. It's kind of like mold growing on a hunk of cheese stuck in the fridge for 6 months.
Ew.
So at least as far as people, humans spreading it, we can control that. We can slow that down, but you can't stop it. The bats are going to spread it.
North Star says, any other plant or animal a carrier or susceptible to this white fungus?
No.
As far as you know, it's just bats.
Yeah. because bats are the ones that hibernate and their immune system drops, and they're hibernating in the exact environment for this fungus to grow. So it's the perfect storm for bats. Someone said bat poop is dangerous. That's because of histoplasmosis, which is also in bird poop. Bird droppings, bat droppings, concentrations of it, you can get histoplasmosis, which is kind of like it's a respiratory disease. It's kind of like you get the flu, but it's a respiratory thing.
Yeah. Heaven's Essential said, I wonder if UV light would kill it.
I don't know. I don't know about that.
Oh, me. Let's see. Well, it is 9
Yeah.
o'clock, friends.
Yeah.
Yep, scars the lungs. That's right.
Yeah, it does.
I was thinking it's like tuberculosis, right? As far as scarring.
Yeah, it's, well, sorta.
It can cause cysts in the throat, too. Ugh.
Yeah,
That
it can
sounds
definitely cause some lesions in your lungs and stuff like that. Well, I didn't know I was going to get on a bat rant, but
Well, we covered a lot of things tonight.
yeah,
See,
it's weird what different people know different things about different subjects, and sometimes when I'm talking to a bunch of homesteaders and they're all talking about their hogs or their cows or something that they're doing, I'm just like, man, I don't know how to do that stuff. You know, I don't know. There are a few things I'm knowledgeable about, but I don't know how it helps people, like bats.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it takes a lot of different people to make the world go around, and that's why I'm not too worried about not knowing.
Yeah, bat rant was because of the shirt.
Yeah. That's why I'm not too worried about not knowing how to do everything.
Yeah.
Because
But you know what? One of our
there's
goals.
a lot of things that I do know how to do.
This exact time next year, a year from now, we, Lord willing, will be a whole lot more knowledgeable about chickens.
Yep.
Watch her eyes light up. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I thought you were going to talk about my prepping
Well,
goal.
we'll be a lot more knowledgeable about prepping too, but
Yeah.
this time, a year from now, we should be a lot more knowledgeable about a couple of more homesteading things. Chickens, prepping. Of course, part of our deal is we want to continue to grow. There are some skills I want to learn next year. We'll talk about that probably towards the New Year's.
Towards the new year.
Some New Year's
There you
skills
go.
for the next year.
That sounds good.
Well, we hope everyone has a great week.
Yes, we do.
Yes. You guys be careful. Those of you that are getting snow, getting bad weather, you guys be careful.
I like, it's geocache or geocache?
Geocaching?
The geocache family?
Oh, the geocache
yeah,
family?
we make a beautiful tapestry, but we have to be woven together to see the artistry.
Yeah. I like that.
Yeah, that's
Sounds
neat.
great.
Geocache, yes. Thanks for coming in here and spreading your disease and famine everywhere. That is awesome. Our daughter is slightly under the weather.
Yeah. And don't forget to send us an email if you're interested in a shirt. We'll take care of you.
Yes, we
will. We'll take care of
Yes, we will. All right.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Don't forget to now go and watch Two Family Homestead. They're interviewing
Single Dad Homestead.
Yeah, single dad. So go check that out. Y'all have a good night.
Typhoid Mary.